We had a little bit of a glitch there, but we are still back and underway. Yeah, again, so sorry about that one, guys. But I think we are all set now. Yep, we are all set. Sorry about that, guys. A little bit of a mishap on my end. I was trying to invite Battle Z Mini, but it's actually fully just stopped the stream from what it looked like. So again, very sorry on my part, guys. But you haven't really missed much. Dundree's making an early pit stop and making his way down. Actually, not early pit stop. Actually spun out from what it looks like. I've got a thank you very much. Got a pizza. Beautiful. Oh, and a Coke. Alright, let's go. And I said Coke, guys. No dirty minds in here. But, yeah, still leading the way is actually going to be Richard in first. We're in the Alpine. F1 Far trying to keep the pace on in that Red Bull. But RSI Markey's going to be having DRS coming around at this turn using the DRS and the ERS with the slipstream. And is going to be trying to keep up. And he's going to make a late dive on the inside. And F1 Far is going to get a cool switcheroo and get DRS that way. And now Michael is going to try and catch up with that. But very close battles all around with these drivers. As we can see, Andy getting a double over... Actually, no. Andy falling down 2 positions and getting into the rear end of Fozzie as he tries to make a dive on Jackie for that 9th place position. Might be suffering from a little bit of front wing damage due to that. And yep, you can see having a little bit of damage as Jackie has spun. We had an amazing angle of that. Jackie has spun at the end of turn 6 and is making his way back onto the track just in front of Paul. So very good so far, and it looks like you can already see F1 Farth already trying to catch up with Richard. Those softs are really deteriorating early on in this race. Because granted, they are softs after all. Yeah, I'm actually going to take a quick drink. It's not sponsored by Coca-Cola, but men, do we dream. Do we all dream. But, there we go. Paul actually gets a 3-second time penalty added to his name. He's going to having to serve that at the end. And now F1 Farth has finally caught up with Richard for the lead. So a pretty good battle there, but also near the back as well. As we are seeing Paul, so I say F1 Far to Richard, not Paul, but Paul getting DRS, just closing the gap between him and Jackie little by little, but it looks like Jackie just has the better pace out of those two. But look at this huge DRS train up ahead with Richard, F1 Farth, RSI Marquis, Michael, Grimmy, and Starless Aeon. Beautiful stuff. And actually Steve has spun out, and that's going to be a virtual safety car, as Angry Dutch Guy was able to get that overtake just in time, and Steve has no front wing whatsoever, and it's going to be falling down the line as it stands. Very unfortunate to see that. Gotta say, putting in a lot of effort in the practice session earlier, and it's not really paying off. But the VSC has been enabled, so he does get a little bit of a free pit stop here. But Richard still leads the way with F1 Farth in 2nd, RSI Marking in 3rd, Michael is in 4th, and Aston Martin in 3-4 as it stands, so very well done to them. 5th is going to be Grimmy so far with Starless, and then Tomo trying to keep up with that pack, but has to stay within the Delta, or else he'll be having to serve a drive-through penalty. And we're just waiting for the VSC to end, and it looks like it could be ending soon, as all of the drivers are out of the pit lane, and looks like they're coming around the final corner, and there we go. DRS has been re-enabled, and VSC is now off. The green flags are going go, 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 as F1 Farth is going to be making a dive into turn 1 on Richard. They're going to go side by side, and F1 Farth comes out on top, but now Richard's going to be having DRS. He's going to be easily taking that position back. We had an overtake nearing the back, well, nearing the mid pack, with Wolsey getting an overtake on Kege. And now look at this. Oh, a little bit of bumper cars there into turn 3, F1 Fart just loses out on DRS, so Richard has the pace to get past, but now Michael is going to try and make a dive on his teammate. And I don't know why he is AI'd at the moment. I don't know if he is actually AI'd or not, and it doesn't look like it as he spins off the track. Why did Michael try and battle his teammate? Play the team game, hold off the pack, don't mess up your chances of getting points for the team. But as it stands now, Michael has spun out, and also Starless has been out. We're gonna go on board with Fozzie to see what happened. Looks like hit the curb, went on to the right, hit the wall, and loses his front wing and his right tire, and that is gonna be a safety car. Wow. Starless, unfortunate, my man. You're gonna be in last place for the rest of this race as he leaves the session in retaliation. Very unfortunate to see that, but anything goes. Well, not anything goes. We do have rules, but it's just unfortunate to see. Anything can happen. That is what I meant to say. Anything can happen in this race, and Michael does come back out on a set of soft tires. Looks like he might have to do another set of softs at the end, but yeah, but so far, if you guys are just queuing in through that little bit of a glitch, we had to restart the stream as when I was trying to invite Battles Mini, it did glitch out a little bit, and I hope he is back. I don't know why it's saying Dundree's in 18th, which is completely untrue, I do believe. No, actually, no. He is in last. Well, second to last now, due to passing Starless where he crashed out. But yeah, Richard still leads the way as he's gonna make his way into the pit lane, and F1 Farth is gonna be taking the safety car restart with Dundree's just behind, and also RSA Markey and Tomo's gonna go into the pits. Same with Fozzie. So it looks like F1 Farth is actually enjoying his time on those set of mediums. They're not new, it was the ones that he started on. So on those set of mediums, so it looks like he's gonna just still attempt the one stop here. But I think that was the wrong call. I think he should have came in, put on a new set of tires. But he probably didn't want to suffer from what's it called? Position on the track. As I did just take a bite of pizza. So I'm sorry guys, but that pizza is good. Holy crap. That mozzarella. Woo! Better shitty, so let's go. I'm gonna mute my mic because it probably sounds disgusting. Give me a few minutes. Alright, here we go. But look how compact this is. And actually, Dundree's is leading the safety car. Getting very close to the rear end of that safety car. As he is now allowed to overtake the safety car. Good communication between him and F1 Farth. F1 Farth moving out the way, giving Dundree's the position to lap the safety car. Well done to F1 Farth. I actually recently saw that on the TikTok actually, and I think it was on PC. It was actually on a PC league for F1 2021, where they still had good pace, but they moved completely off at the track, like past the white line, to let a lap car through and unlap itself practically. So honestly, good sportsmanship from F1 Farth there. Very well done. But as it stands, F1 Farth is going to be leading the safety car restart, with Richard in second, RSA Markey in third, who both made pit stops. Same with Angry Dutch in fourth, Tomo in fifth, Grimmy is in sixth, Fozzie in seventh. Ooh, hold up. Excuse me, sorry. That's the pizza and the Coca-Cola. 18th is going to be Jackie, 19th is Paul. 18th. 8th is Jackie, 9th is Paul. 10th is going to be Andy, 11th is Moggy, 12th is going to be Steve, hoping to recover from that earlier spin and loss of front wing in this race. 13th is Michael, 14th is Wolsey, 15th is going to be Battles Mini, who I do believe is now officially back on the track, with Dundree's in 16th and KG in 17th, and I hope I'm really saying your name correctly. If I am not, please someone tell me in the chat or give me an audio file, like an audio message on Discord, and please let me know if I'm mispronouncing this man's name, because I'm gonna feel very bad, because I only just joined. This is my it's not my first time in SRM. I'm pretty sure I've commentated for SRM before, like long ago, like a bunch of months ago, but yeah, let's just say it's been a while, as there's going to be another lap of safety car, and I think that's going to be the last lap of safety car. So this is going to be interesting. It's going to be very, very interesting for the safety car restart. And I do got to say, if you guys are new to SRM Esports, make sure that you hit the like button if you enjoy, and if you do see yourself coming back from time to time, please consider hitting the subscribe button and changing the notification bell from personalized to all, so you know exactly every time we have a league race. And it's the best time to actually follow and subscribe, mainly because this is the penultimate race of the season. We only have one more race. We only have one more race after this, and of course, is going to be the trophy presentation. Of course, virtually, but as it stands now, looks like safety car could be in. Yep, there we go. Safety car is in this lap. F1 Farth going less on the throttle to make it a little bit more compact, to let the safety car go into the pits, and he can start off whenever he likes, as the AlphaTauri of KG finally caught up with the pack. Is going to be having to warm up those tires. Everyone warming up those tires. F1 Farth going to get a good start off from Richard? Is Richard going to make those softs last the end of this race, where we have around 23 laps left to go? Is RSA Markey going to take the win, as F1 Farth having a time penalty and also not pitted yet? Is Angry Dutch Guy going to make it a little bit more difficult for him? Tomo, Grimmy, all these drivers having a good chance to win. Is Battle Z Mini going to make a recovery drive and retake the lead, as he is leading the Driver Championship? But F1 Fart's going to come around the final corner and going to restart the Austrian Grand Prix. And away we are for the Austrian Grand Prix, the safety car restart. F1 Fart gets a very good start. Actually, everyone got a very good start, and we have a few battles near the back, as we're seeing Michael looking to make a move on Steve, but it's going to be a little bit more patient, as Steve spins out once again at the end of turn 1, and there's KG, as he's been taken out completely. And Steve falls down to 16th. Very unfortunate start, but his teammate in Richard has had a drive of a lifetime, using the ERS on those set of softs. Going to be diving on the inside of turn 4, and he's going to get the job done. Easy peasy. Get out the way, F1 Farth, says Richard, as he's going to take the lead. RSI Markey on those hards, struggling to keep up with the old mediums and the new softs, as you will probably imagine, for obvious reasons. But yeah, a lot of good position changes. One huge unfortunate one at the start was Steve at the end of turn 1, just going on the curb while also on the throttle and just getting a little bit of oversteer as well. So very unfortunate to see, as Steve spins out once again. So he's really not in a good place as it stands. But Steve, if you are watching and you don't want to leave the race yet, and you've disqualified or DNF'd, come join the comms box. It's been a while since we've done the commentary together. But looks like Moggy, looks at this battle for 9th place. We have Paul leading the way ahead of Andy, Michael, Moggy, Battle Z, and Battle Z Mini, with Dundree's close behind with Wolsey. So very good, a very close battle between there, as Andy, what has happened to Andy? Andy has spun, same with Wolsey. Looks like them two had a little bit of getting together near the end of turn 3, and Andy really suffering from it. Yeah, but Richard's still increasing that gap between him and F1 Farth to 1.5 seconds now. RSA Markey trying to catch up with F1 Farth and just struggling to get within that DRS zone. Or actually, as I say it now, within that DRS zone, as they're coming out of the final corners. Those mediums are really struggling. As now RSI Markey is going to be having DRS, and we're going to go on board with them, as that rear wing is wide open and catching up to F1 Fart, and it looks like this could be striking distance here. As we make our way into turn 3, late braking, but also Michael gets the overtake on Paul, but Paul now is going to be having DRS as well, so it could be a retake. But actually, Michael has gotten the better traction on that turn, and we might see Moggy make a dive into turn 4, as we are seeing now on the inside, and Paul did not give the space, but Moggy was able to keep the position. Paul, you have to give the space there, my man. He was right next to you, and you just didn't. As you can see now, all of them struggling to stay within and not make contact. As you can see, that dirty air is really making Moggy make some questionable moves, as he's going to make on the inside dive once again. Does Paul get the space? Yes, he does. And goes really wide to lose positions to both of the Ferrari drivers. But now Moggy leads the way of that pack into the points. Amazing stuff from Moggy. But now RSI Markey has the DRS. He's going to be catching up with F1 Fart. F1 Fart trying to break the slipstream, as RSI Markey is not going to be making the move here, but could potentially make the move at the end of turn 4, as we're going to go on board with F1 Fart to see, because it looks like F1 Fart got the better traction on that exit, and Moggy has spun out on turn 3 as well. Turn 3 really taking a lot of prisoners, well, taking no prisoners, I should say, at that one. But now F1 Farth is holding up the pack for Richard to gain a lot of space up ahead. Richard now 3 seconds ahead of F1 Farth. Both Richard and F1 Farth has to take a pit stop. F1 Farth has still yet to take a pit stop. But as we are reaching the midway of this this Grand Prix, we're actually going to look at the time penalties, where F1 Farth has 6 seconds of time penalties, Tomo has 6, Grimmy has 3, Michael, even though he just got the fastest lap with the 106.1, is going to have 3 seconds added to his name at the end, with Paul with 3 seconds as well, cutting the corner heavily into turn 1, and then Moggy, Andy, and Steve also having 3 seconds, as Steve struggles to enter the pit lane and spins with no front wing again. And that's going to be a virtual safety car due to the buildup of debris on the track. And is that going to be it for Steve? Is that going to be it? Is he going to retire now, or is he going to keep on going? And it looks like he's going to keep on going. He has the fighting spirit in that Alpine car. Love to see that with the VSC. Honestly, what a start so far, I gotta say. What a start. And I cannot read that because I think that is Russian. And it's so strange. So RSI Markey just got 3 seconds. But F1 Farth still yet to make a pit stop. What is this man doing? Those mediums gotta be screaming out to him at this point. At least you would believe so. It's been 20 laps. Or at least close to 20 laps. Outstanding scenes. Wow, wow, wow. As yes, I did just take another bite of pizza, but we are underway again. From the safety car restart, where it looks like Grimmy and Tomo is going to go side by side into turn 6. Grimmy on the inside, Tomo on the outside. Those mediums are really going to help them stay side by side on the outside as well. And here's going to be a full car ahead. Outstanding stuff from Tomo there. Outrageous. That was an amazing overtake from Tomo, gotta say. But let's get these off. There we go. As Angry Dutch Guy is going to be having DRS for RSI Markey, as RSI Markey has fallen down to catch up to F1 Farth, and also Tomo is going to go. Is he going to make a dive into turn 3? Yes, he is. A late dive on the inside and pushes Angry Dutch Guy completely wide there. and he's going to get the position. A little bit aggressive, but they didn't touch. So good battle there for Tomo and Angry. As he might be angry after losing that position, but he still does not have any time penalties added to his name. So he's still in a very good place at this point, where the drivers ahead of him and a few drivers ahead of him and a few drivers behind him all have time penalties added to their name. So Angry Dutch Guy, well done so far. Keep it up, my man. You are close to winning this Grand Prix. But let's see, we do have a battle near the back here with Wolsey and Paul, as Paul got another 3 seconds added to his name, as he is struggling trying to find the track limits at Austria. But look at this, RSI Marquis is now caught up with F1 Farth now. Looks like F1 Farth's mediums are really deteriorating. But I gotta say, it's outstanding how much F1 Farth is holding up the pack here. As RSI Marquis doesn't get the best traction out of that turn and makes Tomo, well actually Tomo gets a 3-second time penalty. Didn't really make him get that. Probably a bit the dirty air, but look at this train here. We're gonna go on our helicopter cam, as we're seeing F1 Farth up ahead with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 drivers within the same DRS train. Very good battle for that second place. All these drivers giving it all, as we do see Moggy spinning out on turn 3 once again, and it's just staying there instead of going back on the track. There we go, now he gets back on the track, and it's still struggling as he retires on track as well. Let's see, has he retired or has he gone into the wall? He's gone into the wall on purpose in Sector 2. Is that going to bring out a safety car? That could potentially, with all these drivers coming up, as Marquis does get the move, and Tomo making the move, trying to make the move as well. RSI Marquis breaking super late, going off of the track here. Tomo and F1 Farth taking that place back, and Angry Dutch Guy is going to try and get into this battle, as he's going to go on the inside of RSI Marquis and pushes him wide off. Pushes him off as far as he can, but they did touch a little bit on the side pod, but was able to keep it and save that car onto the concrete. So a pretty good battle so far, I do gotta say. As Angry Dutch Guy did get 3 seconds added to his name. Gonna have to serve that at the end of this Grand Prix. But look how close all of these drivers are. Extraordinary. And F1 Farth still stays out on those mediums. He is a madman in a car right now. Look how much wear those front tires have. You can see the line of the wear on those tires. Those tires gotta be around the 70% mark. They gotta be. Because there's absolutely no way they won't be. Because it's 23 laps. As we did have Paul spin out at the end of turn 1. Hold on guys, give me a sec. Sorry about that guys, I got a little bit something stuck in my throat. But look at this, Grimmy and Fozzie gonna go side by side as well. Oop, hold on. That's the Coca-Cola. But yeah, Grimmy and Fozzie were trying to go side by side into turn 6. Oh my god. But Grimmy coming out on top in 6th place. And I'm just amazed how F1 Farth is still yet to make a pit stop. I'm still amazed. But one person that has not amazed me is just Richard. On those set of subs, you knew that he was going to get a huge gap between him and 2nd place. And we do have a caution in Sector 3 with Paul entering the pit lane. And I'll say that's where it's going to end. He's going to be making another pit stop. And it looks like Angry Dutch Guy is going to be making the move on F1 Farth as Richard has crashed out. Richard has crashed out, and that's going to bring out the safety car. Richard, what happened, my man? You were doing so well leading the race and just going on the throttle too early, or going on the curb while also on the throttle, and going straight into the wall. Oh, Richard, what has happened, my man? But now, as you can see, the rain is coming in. The rain is starting to come up as Tomo has regretted not going into the pit lane. F1 Fourth has finally made his way into the pits. And Michael's going to be having a drive-through penalty for speeding under the safety car. And there we go. The intermediates are coming on. Wow, wow, wow. Rain is at Austria, ladies and gentlemen. There is rain at Austria, and you can already see Dundree's already struggling to keep the traction. Just a little bit of wet weather, and he loses a front wing as well. So now he's going to be holding up F1 Fourth a little bit, trying to catch up with the safety car queue. But now these 4 drivers up ahead have to make a pit stop because this rain is coming in heavy. You can already start to see the puddles on that right side. Look at that. You can already see it bouncing. The puddles starting to build up on this track. Paul is getting a 5-second time penalty added to his name for speeding into the pit lane. And you can already see slick tires, no front wing, wet weather. It is not looking good for Dundree's. But this just makes the race a lot more interesting. I'm actually happy that this has happened. Honestly, I gotta say, you guys won't know these people, but honestly, if you ever come to Bermuda, if you guys ever come to Bermuda, 1, let me know because I'll show you around, and 2, the pizzas down here are phenomenal. Because I got this one. You guys will probably, like, I say Shadish. You guys will most likely say chorizo. Is that this Portuguese sausage? Where chorizo is like Spanish, Italian. Shadish, it's like the Portuguese version. And it's honestly so good. A little bit of spice in there. Extraordinary. But yeah, all of the drivers now coming into the pits on a set of intermediates, I do believe. As Andy is coming out on a set of softs. He is not thinking this wet weather is actually going to last that long. But he's not going to be having a good time on those slicks. He probably has forgotten to speak to Jeff in the pit lane about switching to a wet set of tires. As you can see him struggling to brake into turn 3. Yeah, he's really struggling, but F1 Fourth is going to be leading this safety car restart with RSI Markey just behind, with Fozzie, Angry Dutch Guy, Tabo, Grimmy, Wolsey, Battle Z Mini, Dundree's, and Jackie. And then it's going to go Michael, who recently got a drive-through penalty. He's going to be having to serve that once the safety car restart starts. But yeah, Michael, you cannot do the drive-through right now. It won't work. It's still a safety car. Michael, it won't work, Michael. Michael, it's not right. It's not right, Michael. Michael, it's not right. You're gonna go for another set of tires, you idiot. It's not right. You cannot serve it right now. It's still a safety car. And he goes on a set of wets. Is he taking the gamble that it's going to be a lot worse? But as you can see, Andy does make his way into the pit lane. And now is Paul going to get in front of Michael? Yes, both Paul and Steve just make it past Michael coming out of the pit lane. And me personally, I think those wets are a little bit early. But let's see, is Andy on the right set of tires? Is he on the correct set of tires? No, he has left, and he came out on another set of softs. Andy, you gotta keep on flicking the tire choice, my man. You gotta do it on the little menu on the top right, on the bottom right. And the safety car is gonna be in this lap. And now F1 Fourth attempting to make intermediates warm in a wet setting, so that's going to be a tough order. But let's see how he does. There's only one way to do it, and it's just coming left and right, weaving on the track, getting a little bit of warmth into those tires, getting a little bit of wear as well that you have to sacrifice. But the safety car is in this lap. Is F1 Farth going to take this once again? Is RSI Markey going to answer back from earlier battles and take the win? Is anyone's game at this point? Is Woolsey even going to get this win without having any time penalties? And it looks like we're coming around the final corner, and F1 Farth is going to go for it. And Markey does answer back pretty well, and Michael goes into the pits to serve his drive-through penalty now. But let's see, looks like, yeah, because it looks like everyone has still had their dry setup this whole time. And with the sudden change of weather to the wets, it is not looking good. Yeah, so everyone, there's a lot of people struggling a little bit. Angry Dutch guy Tomo has spun. As you can see, the Mercedes. How did I pronounce that? Mercedes, darling, Mercedes. But the Mercedes, spinning out at turn 3, just saves himself from crashing into the wall from what it looks like. So good recovery there, but he has a lot of work ahead of him trying to get back into the points. And also Michael's struggling as well on those wets. So it looks like those wet tires were too early to cold there. F1 Farth still leads the way by 1.6 seconds. RSI Markey in second by 1.5. And then it comes the two Alfa Romeos. The Alfa Romeo is having a very good turnout here today at Austria. But as we are closing in, nearing the end of this the Austrian Grand Prix, it is time to take in consideration of driver of the day. And I'm just curious who got the most positions, and it is actually Battle Z Mini, starting near the back, and not able to connect to the lobby, and was finally able to, and it started from last and made its way up to 6th. So that is one contender. But me personally, the position changes isn't the most important thing. I want to look at the players that had the greatest battles, the greatest race in general. As Michael does enter the pits and retires in the pit lane, will not be finishing his Grand Prix at Austria here today. Because I'm still trying to think who would be driver of the day. I have a few names in mind. But we're gonna have to wait and see, as Steve is gonna go side by side with Woolsey at turn 9. A very ballsy part of the track to try and make an overtake. No DRS enabled. It's just gonna be a drag race in the wet weather at this point. Oh, and Jackie's gonna make a dive into turn 1 and pushes Steve wide on the exit, but Steve was able to keep that position. Amazing defending from Steve there, getting on the traction in the wet weather and doing exceptionally well. And if you are just queuing in, we are about to finish the Austrian Grand Prix Season 3, Round 22, the penultimate race of the season. And we've had a lot, and you really missed a lot, guys, if you're just queuing in. We've had a lot of good battles all over the field. A few DNFs, a few time penalties, a few safety cars, a few virtual safety cars. But overall, amazing, outstanding racing. If I would definitely go with a team of the, a team of the day instead of driver of the day, let's say, yeah, a constructor of the day, it would have to go with Alfa Romeo, keeping it clean, keeping it simple, not making any mistakes, and just having a good race. And Dumfries gets the overtake on Battle Z Mini. So Battle Z Mini now down to 7th, Dumfries up to 6th. And just ahead, F1 Farth still leads the way with RSI Markey in 2nd place where it was a dry race at the beginning for the majority of the race, to a intermediate slash wet type of scenery, as Woolsey gets a 5-second time penalty for speeding into the pit lane, and it's going to be having to get a new front wing after losing it. Very unfortunate to see, but a strong race from F1 Farth, strong race from RSI Markey, and a few people still coming around. Grimmy getting close to Angry Dutch Guy, but Angry Dutch Guy still trying to hold off Grimmy as much as he can. So this battle for the podium position is getting very, very close, ladies and gentlemen, as we are nearing around 5 laps left to go in the Austrian Grand Prix. And you can see Grimmy just catching up, staying within the track limits, and just staying on that rear end of Angry Dutch Guy. And Angry Dutch Guy playing the team game here, trying to hold off the drivers behind to let his teammate Fozzie still stay within the podium positions. Angry Dutch Guy is defending like a lion as it stands. But a lot of drivers still struggling to go on the traction here. And Jackie, oh Jackie, what has happened there? As Jackie leaves the session, and it's going to be a super late safety car call. And that has messed up F1 Farth, as he's had a dominant race, as Grimmy as well falling down behind to not get any 5-second time penalties added to his name. Oh, this is going to be a late call here. Is anyone going to go for the wets? Is everyone going to stay out on the intermediates? I'd say if you were on the wets, you should go to intermediates, because it looks like the intermediates is the best tire choice at this point. Andy, you have to go past the safety car. You cannot hold up the safety car. As Woolsey just zooms past Andy. What in the world? As Andy is now in AI mode. Oh, and Jackie has now Tomo goes into the pits, and same goes with Paul. Both in the pit lane. We did see a lot of front wing damage there, and it came from those two having absolutely no front wing whatsoever. So now, as it stands, as we are around the safety car restart, we're going to check with the time penalties. F1 Farth with 6 seconds, RSI Markey with 3, Fozzie with 3, Angry Dutch Guy with 3 as well. 9 is Grimmy. Then Steve has 6, Tomo and Paul both with 12 seconds, Andy with 3, and Woolsey with 5. They're all going to be serving their respective time penalties at the end of this Grand Prix, as we are waiting for the safety car restart, everyone making their pit stops if they needed. Steve 88 for dogs, yeah, driver of the day. I mean, you did have a very good race, you did recover a little bit, but I don't think it's going to be enough, Steve. I don't think it's going to be enough. I do got to be fair, even though you did give me this commentary job. I do have to be fair about it. I really do have to be fair about it. And I have a few names. I have my top 3 for driver of the day. It's going to be between RSI Markey, Angry Dutch Guy, and Grimmy. Mainly because RSI Markey and Grimmy has both been in exceptional battles throughout the whole field. And for Angry Dutch Guy, also having pretty good battles, but also having to defend like a lion at the ending times of this Grand Prix, and it could make him and his teammate both into the Alfa Romeo podium positions. And Alexander does also say Steve for driver of the day. Yeah, Steve, to be honest with you, Steve did spin out a lot and has recovered into the points, but I don't know, to be honest, man. I really don't know. Because if you had a clean race, you would be in the front, and you would have had those battles. But the mistakes of either going on the throttle too early, going onto the curbs and going on the throttle, it's just I'm not too sure, but no, the safety car is going to be in this lap with 2 laps left to go at Austria. To be honest with you, I said I hope you got your snacks and your drink. I already got my drink and my pizza. So I am excited. I'm ready. This is going to be an exceptional end to the penultimate race here. As Jackie is able to rejoin the lobby. I might actually have to give it to RSI Markey. But I'll make the decision in the Discord and at the end of the race. But as it stands, F1 Fart leads the way. Needs to get 3 seconds ahead of RSI Markey. And it is going for it at the final turn. Do you see the safety car lights gleaming? And then you're going to see the green flag being waved as we are ready for the safety car restart here at Austria, where we have the wet weather. Here, and F1 Fart still leads the way. RSI Markey in second, with Fozzie and Angry Dutch Guy in third and fourth. The 2 Alfa Romeos really giving it all, and I think we do have a glitch with the time differences here. But F1 Fart with an outstanding start. Look at this. Look at the gap between him and RSI Markey. But they all need RSI Markey, Fozzie, and Angry Dutch Guy all need to stay within a 3-second time to F1 Fart at the end of this. As we're going to go on board with F1 Fart, as he's going to be coming across the final 2 turns for the 2 final times, coming across the line for the second last time. And there we go. So as it stands like this, RSI Markey is going to be winning with F1 Fart in second. And Fozzie in there, but Fozzie really struggling to try and keep the pace here. But look at this. All of the drivers giving it their all. As we're seeing Dundrees going the inside of Grimmy into turn 3, and he's going to gain the position. Goes up to 5th. Dundrees. Exceptional job there. As Paul does retire and crash out of turn 3. Same goes with Wolsey spinning out. And Andy's going to get the 2 easiest overtakes of his life. F1 Fart, hold on, F1 Fart gets another 3 seconds. F1 Fart gets another 3 seconds. So now F1 Fart is out of the podium positions. If it stays like this, F1 Fart's going to be coming across the line for the final time here today. It's going to be the first car to cross the line, but is it going to be for the win? And I don't think so. As he crosses the line, RSI Markey crosses the line to take the win. As it stands, the Alfa Romeos and Dundrees take second place by 0.05 seconds. Exceptional scenes here. F1 Fart getting that mistake near the end. Would have been in third, but unfortunately is going to have to settle for 5th place. And that is the Austrian Grand Prix. Actually, to be honest with you, I'm going to have to give it to Dundrees. Having a clean race, no penalties to his name, and was able to take that 2nd place position. It's going to have to be Dundrees. So Dundrees for driver of the day. Exceptional job. Amazing job from everyone here. Everyone should be proud of where they finished in the penultimate race of SRM Esports. And we're going to see the time difference between all of the drivers, because that was exceptional. Yep, so RSI Markey takes the top spot on the podium, with Dundrees in second, Fozzie in third, Angry Dutch Guy takes 4th place. 5th is F1 Fart, serving those 9 seconds, really ruined his race at the end. 6th is going to be Battlezine Mini. 7th is going to be Jackie. 8th, Grimmy. 9th is Steve. 10th is Tomo. 11th is going to be Andy. Wolsey in 12th. Paul in 13th. Michael in 14th. Yeah, so Paul was the first one of the DNFs, and it goes from Paul to Michael to Richard to Moggy to KG and Starless. I hope you all have enjoyed the SRM Esports of Season 3, Round 22. We only have one more race to go. And if you guys are still new and want to watch it, make sure you hit the subscribe button and have the notification bell. Change it from personalized to all, so you're notified every time SRM Esports have a league race. We will see you next week for the season finale of Season 3. And until next time, I've been Justin. These drivers are absolutely insane. Don Dries takes driver of the day. I hope you all have enjoyed, and we will see you next time.